Another packed garage here at the Millbridge Speedway. We have got a ton of racers all lined up here to take home some Busch Light. It's Filthy Mechanic Clothing Company night for the DNQ Karting Series here at the Millbridge Speedway. 50 laps for the Pro Cup Series tonight. Well, let's go down and talk to our Cup Series point. Well, it's Filthy Mechanic Clothing night, and we're down here with the Ghostface Brewing Cup Series points leader, Adam Welsh. Adam, it's been a pretty good season so far. I was so impressed with the last race that we had. You were the last kart to make it in the B main and drove all the way up to the top three, and now you're leading points. Is the momentum starting to swing your way?
Well, I think so. It's taken me a long time to figure out really what I need to be at. I mean, I started off as this is all fun and games, and now kind of trying to take it more serious and brought the cars home this week and actually worked on them, and hopefully we can get somewhere tonight and end up on top. I mean, I'm kind of tired of the bridesmaid in the top threes, so we had to strap another motor on and whole 9 yards while one's getting rebuilt. And it's been a struggle, I mean, to say the least. I mean, we get out here and struggle all night running all the classes and don't really get to make any changes. So tonight I'm changing paces and just running the Cup and going to actually put in all my effort and see what we can do there.
This Cup Series has gotten ultra competitive with all these drivers and teams out here. It's just a bunch of racers, and that's all it is. Everybody trying to get an advantage, and that's where you fit into being at the top of that group right now. And how do you stay up there as a driver?
Well, it's the dead of summer now, so racing's starting to pick back up. So we'll be running down to Alabama, we'll be up in Indiana, we'll be all over the place running asphalt stuff. And I think at the end of the day, like if I can get my legend car together, go run a couple shootout races, I feel like that kind of helps with this driving because you're trying to keep it as straight as possible. You don't have the tire grip like a prep tire. These things drive on the right rear so bad that you really got to be smooth, and you get out there and start stalling the wheel. It's like our outlaw karts is just, you ain't going nowhere. You just look like a jabroni out there.
Adam Welsh, the bad kitty, not going to look like a jabroni tonight. He's going for another win. Thanks. Let's take a look at the Ghostface Brewing Cup Series point standings. And right now, Adam Welsh, the bad kitty, is on top of the heat, Bill.
God, that's a good-looking trophy, Bob. Whoever designed that is an absolute genius. But Adam Welsh, man, the good kitty, he's my pick to win this championship. He's just been so consistent, getting it done night in, night out, and everybody knows that's what it takes to win championships. He doesn't have one yet. This might be the year that he pops his own cherry.
Speaking of what it takes to win, my eye's on that number 3 spot right now, LJ McCleary. He's got a lot of laps, a lot of DNQ races under his belt. He knows what it takes to get it done. I'm looking for him to overtake Welch and Asbury and put it P1 at the end of the season.
You know, a lot can happen this DNQ Karting Series season. We still have the intercourse to go, and we have 2 more double points races, including the Iredell County Fair. So this championship is more than up for grabs. We're down in the garage with Craig Crossthread Smith down here at the back of the trailer. He's got all of his sponsors here this weekend. And you're ready to go racing again in Pro Cup and the Cup Series. You've actually done very well in Pro Cup, and tonight's a 50-lap race in the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series. How'd you prepare for this race and how long it's going to be out there?
My best preparation I did was brought enough fuel this time because I think I had a fuel issue last time that fell out. Hopefully we fixed that problem. My crew chief, hopefully he'll be on the ball there. And no, looking forward just to having a good, hopefully 50-lap run where I can, starting to get to the point where I'm qualifying towards the front with these guys that I've been behind. So it's been a lot more fun running up there with them, and hopefully just hang in there and keep out of trouble and rock and roll with it.
So you haven't raced in a long time. From what I understand, you have just come out of retirement recently to come run and already having pretty good success.
Yes, it's been, kart racing wise, it's been since the end of 1997. So it's been a while. I had a chance to run a big car for a few years back in 05, and then after that it's been it. So it's been a little while. Looking forward to having fun getting back in it. My sons, who got me back into this because they started racing themselves, so it's been a ball to be able to do that, start doing it with them, and get a chance to race myself. So it's an old passion. I grew up doing some karting and still love karting, and looking forward to having some fun.
The Cup Series has become so competitive. It's become ultra competitive. We just talked to Adam Welsh about it, and he said he's doing all he can just to keep up right now. You made the show last week. I mean, is it going to be harder and harder to even make the race as time goes on in this Cup Series?
I think it is, and hopefully last week I transferred from the B into the A, and it's my first time running with the clone. That's about as close as I can remember running back when I did. that feeling. The Predator is new to me as far as wide open with a governor and whatnot. So yes, with the Cup, finding early success, if you will. It reminds me a lot of racing in the past, so hopefully I can transfer that to now. And yes, it will be. It's getting harder and harder to make the show, so I can only hope that we hit it out there in qualifying and be able to make it in. If not, race my way in.
Cup Series, we only take the best. And tonight in the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series is a long race. Craig Smith looking to have a good run in that series as well tonight. Well, like we talked about earlier, they're all contenders to win this championship, and Mike Rott and Ronnie Shirk, Team Reaper, they're one of them.
Yeah, Iron Mike started on the pole the last race and damn near got it done. There you go, Team Reaper talking it out, getting their strategy ready for tonight's race.
Nick Stroop, another one of those. He's got Bud Light on the side of that machine. He is looking to be a contender as well. He's pretty up there in the points, and tonight we'll see how he does. And Ryan Richmond, man, he's a classical favorite here.
Yeah, Richmond's got a lot of laps underneath his belt. He's one of the wily veterans here in the DNQ series, and he's been known to knock a few back as well. So he might be able to get a win here as we take a look at LJ McCleary, the other gray hair greyhound here, looking to get a win tonight.
Yeah, we look at all these guys, and they're so good, but so far in the season, we have had a different winner every night. Miltona was Ronnie Shirk, AAR was Waylon Hicks, Jason Denny took the win at the World 100 night, and Mike Roth took the win at the last race, Bill, and we have not had a repeat winner here in the Cup Series.
I just have to attest that to the stringent tech that DNQ does. Ain't nobody cheating. Everybody's on their toes. The track is prepped so flawless every night. The rules are perfect. No aero changes. No nothing needed. The racing just takes care of itself, and that's evident right here in every different winner for each night.
This is why new sponsors keep coming out to DNQ and approaching the series about getting on board and starting that marketing partnership. And new drivers keep showing up week in and week out because it's a good show. Anyone has a chance to win, and you got to be on your A game to bring home that trophy.
So we are getting towards the halfway point of the season. We got to make a pick for this Ghostface Brewing Cup Series Championship. So I'm going to start with you, Jay-Z. Who do you got winning the whole thing this year?
Bob, I'm still sticking with a wily veteran, LJ McCleary. He is fast almost every single time he shows up. If Lady Luck wants to just give him a little peck on the cheek, I think he brings home the championship.
Bill, who do you have? I know you got Chase Elliott, but if you had to pick a second-place finisher in this championship, who would finish second to Chase Elliott?
The bad kitty's taking home second to Chase Elliott. He's got it done here before. He's been consistent all year. He's going to put them claws out and claw his way into that winner's circle.
Well, my pick for 2020 is Ryan Richmond. He's been doing this forever. He led a couple laps at the Miltona 50. He's up there towards the front of the field every night, and I just think he's going to outlast these guys. And when you go to run the Roval and the Intercourse and a couple of these racetracks, he's got a lot of experience, and I expect him to take home the championship. Well, our last race, Zach Campologna was involved in a vicious wreck.
Knocked the driver out of the go-kart and knocked the right front completely off the cart. He'll have to get a new one put on it next week.
He's back in action. Let's go down and talk to him. Well, Zach Campologna straight up junked his cart last race. Zach, it looks like you got a brand new piece, or you went to Ronnie Hopkins to get a new clip put on the front of that thing, but you're back here racing tonight after a tough outing last week. I mean, is this the same cart or is it a different cart?
Same cart, just different body, different paint scheme. We're just going to see what we can do in the ARCA series and just go out for the win.
That was a hard hit last race. Was that probably one of the hardest hits you've ever had in a go-kart?
No, I've been sent to the hospital. I had broken ribs, and it wasn't bad, so I'm okay.
Now, who helped you fix this thing? I'm sure it's fixed. I mean, did you have anybody that helped you out?
Yeah, everyone at Showalter Fabrication, Rob, Adam, Mike, just everyone out there, shop. I can't thank them enough for this opportunity I'm given.
Never say die. Always give it your best. Zach Campologna is doing that tonight in the ARCA Series. Well, Jeremy Burnett is blowing off the racetrack in that beautiful DNQ Filthy Mechanic Clothing t-shirt, the proud sponsor of tonight's event. But the track is getting ready for the DNQ Ghostface Brewing Cup Series, and they're up next.
Out at the cabin, fresh mountain air. Wake up, we got good times to share. Crack open a can of the finest blend. Get that Busch latte feeling with my best friend.
Busch lattes feature a thick foam, great aroma, and of course a finish that's crisp and cold as a mountain stream.
The crisp way to greet your day. Grab a cup of Busch latte.
Ghostface Brewing Cup Series starting lineup. Nick Stroop on the pole with Eric Riggins on the outside pole.
Row number 2, the Pistol, Nigel Standish and Scott Zerkowski.
The Outlaw, Ronnie Shirk and Sean Allen in the 97.
CJ Winslow and Craig Crossred Smith will be in the next row.
Row number 6, Iron Mike Rott and Jimmy Allen.
LJ McCleary, my pick for the championship, and Robert Showalter next to him.
The Bad Kitty, Adam Welsh and Ryan Richmond in your next row.
Trent Newman and Mike Contarino.
Curtis Markham and Austin Allen in the 99.
Those are our B main bandits, the last 4 of these guys starting this field tonight. Here is our information for the Cup Series. If you want to come out and run, get yourself a clone, get these tires, and make it happen. Got on board camera tonight, Austin Allen in his first Cup Series start, and Jimmy Allen. The Allens have in-car cameras here tonight. You know, we sent a couple carts home here tonight in the DNQ Cup Series, and I'll tell you what, this field is getting more and more competitive every race we run as the green flag is out and they head down into 1.
They're 3 wide going into turn 1, first lap. That's a good way to lose it all, Bob.
Yes, I think so, but the one thing that we're starting to see here is the groove widen out here as these guys are 3 wide. There's a ton of racing all over this track, JZ.
All the carts fighting for the bottom of 1 and 2, but Jeremy's got the track prepped high in 1 and 3 and 4. We'll see who can ride high, wide, and handsome and make it to the front tonight. As we got contact coming off of 4.
They're beating and banging, still 3 wide. The action is back for 6th, 7th, and 8th. I want to talk about Chase Elliott, who had to start from the back for unapproved adjustments. He's made his way up to 18th already.
Yes, he is doing very well.
Those Hendrick guys have really got it figured out here at Millbridge. I'm excited to see what Chase can do the rest of the evening as the top 3 are starting to pull away from the rest of the field.
We talked about drivers who missed the show. Asbury, who was in the top 3 in points, missed it. Stephen Broy, Al Allen, Nick Beatty, Mickey Roop, and Allen Sr., Jimmy Allen Sr., all missed the show tonight, and that's just a testament to how good these guys are as the Bad Kitties starting to get to the top of 3 and 4 there.
Yeah, he's letting it all hang out. He's here to sell some T-shirts. Good way to do that. Lead every single lap and bang them boards. Everybody likes a hero.
Nick Stroop leading this field with Eric Riggins second, Chase Elliott, the Pistol, Nigel Standish in third right now as we go on board with Jimmy Allen. And he is up there slinging the meat at the top of the racetrack.
You gotta watch his hands. His go-kart doesn't look too bad as his hands look nice and steady in the wheel. He goes for a move to the inside. LJ McCleary shuts the door on him as they thunder down the backstretch.
Just outside of our view there, I think he's giving some hand signals to the driver behind him. Couldn't tell exactly what communication was being given there. We could just assume it was a middle finger.
You can always assume it's that in DNQ. There is no doubt about it. The Bad Kitty and CJ Winslow up top, but they're towards the back of this field, and if Adam Wells is going to win this championship, he's got to start getting up towards the front in these races.
Well, you got to go where the other drivers aren't. You got to get in that clean air. The worst thing you can do when you're back into that 6th, 7th, 8th position is ride right behind somebody. That big old spoiler in front of you takes the air off your nose, shoves right up to the wall. You ain't got a chance at passing anybody.
We're watching these guys search on this racetrack. Are they trying to search for moisture right here, or what are they doing?
I think the track's just got them confused. They're running the bottom of 1 and 2. They're on autopilot, especially these guys in the back. They're not really thinking, and they're running the bottom in 3 and 4. But like Bob said, or Bill said, they're in that dirty air. They got to go where the others aren't. So I'm waiting to see more guys move to the top of the racetrack, especially in 3 and 4.
We're on board with Al Allen, and that's how you pass. You get right on the guy's bumper and follow him into the corner, not run a different line. So that's exactly how you pass in the Cup Series.
Textbook.
Yeah, I mean, usually you just use the other guy to brake. There we go. Didn't need to do that, but we'll nerf bar you in the middle of the backstretch just for good measure. He comes back, does the crisscross applesauce, keeps the position. The Allen brother still sitting there in the back, pokes his nose out, gets some clean air on that, hits that wall of air, can't make anything happen. We go back to the front of the pack where these drivers are still biding their time. Bob, what are these guys doing? Are they waiting for that 5 to go caution? Are they riding it all out? What's going through these drivers' heads right now?
They've got to be. Stroop is just absolutely wearing everyone out, putting Ryan Richmond, my pick to win the championship, a lap down, who is having a rough night tonight. And Curtis Markham's about to go another lap down. Curtis has made every show this year. So, I mean, as much as, we give him a hard time, he does a good job at just making the race now as we watch everybody hot lap around this racetrack. But there's the lead and the advantage right now to Eric Riggins. And it's all Stroop right now. It looks like Riggins going to the top, trying to make up some time on him.
Jay-Z, going to Curtis Backmarkham, you've spotted before in your career. What is it like working as a spotter for somebody that's just getting passed left, right, top, bottom, every single corner, it seems like? That's got to be tough.
It's like being stuck in traffic. You're the seventh one in the line, and the light turns green, and you just want to yell "go" at all the people in front of you. You can see what's going on. You can see the track's clear, but that driver's just not getting to the front, just not moving forward, and you just want to throw the headset away and go home and crack a beer. But you're getting a paycheck, so you can get up there and be that cheerleader and try to get them to the front like Nick Stroop is demonstrating right now.
He's just dominating this event on the bottom. He is definitely a power bottom here tonight. He is not even, I think he ventured up towards the top maybe once or twice during this event here tonight, but he doesn't have to because he is absolutely destroying this field.
The Iron Station sensation just getting it done. He runs up on some lappers now. One car's nice, gives him the bottom lane, but what are these other two going to do? This might give, who's running second right now? That might give Eric Riggins a little bit of time to creep up and make up some of that lost ground that he had, to make up some lost ground to the Iron Station sensation.
He goes top shelf in 3 and 4, and he cuts down underneath him with that momentum. But here comes Riggins. As you said, he was getting held up a little bit, but now Riggins has to work that lap traffic as well, Jay-Z.
Yeah, Riggins and Stroop have been playing a little cat and mouse here all race long. Riggins will get within 2-3 cart lengths, and then Stroop will just hit the afterburners and drive out of his life there. The lap traffic's not making it any easier for Riggins as Stroop starts to put even more distance between them.
He's definitely searching for that clean air, though, Bill. I got to agree with you. He's all over the place where those guys are not.
Yeah, you see the 47 car go up to the tippy top and kiss them boards. He's found a little bit of clean air there. It seems like his tire pressures are just right to run up top there as we go back on board with the Filthy Mechanic onboard camera of Jimmy Allen running, I don't know, probably 16th or 17th right now.
Getting some top sirloin there in 1 and 2, and then he's on the bottom feeding in 3 and 4. Sorry, that's backwards. But he's up there selling T-shirts, as we'd say, on the top of the track there in 3 and 4.
His go-kart's not perfect tonight by any means. I think he's trying to figure out this Millbridge track and the way it's prepped tonight. He's flossing with that brand new Micron 5, though, letting everyone know he's got a little bit of money in that back pocket.
There it is, our 5 to go caution is out. So we're going to see what happens here and who chooses what. Interesting strategy. Chase Elliott goes to the top.
Jimmy Allen goes to the top. He reminds me a lot of Christopher Bell. Top-notch equipment, just can't get it done.
Here we go. We'll see what the 5 to go has to offer for us here and see. This is bit Nick Stroop in the past, so they fire in the box, the pistols on the outside. Let's see if he can whip it out and come out of here with a top 5 finish.
It's an even draw. He dives it in there on the outside with the Iron Station sensation, getting it done. The pistol, sticking it to the top. Can he get a big enough run? Can he catch a hot fart to get him down that front stretch?
Wow, we see the bad kitties up in the back there. He's trying to get a case of the runs as we got one spun around off of 2. And that is going to bring out the caution. Mike Contarino went for a spin. There he is, our 2019 Dash Series champion. We're going to give this another go here. Looks like the pistol chose the outside again as they fire off of 3 and 4, and we are back green. Only a few laps to go here.
2 by 2 by 2. As we thunder down into one, Standish can't turn across the front end, trying to give Riggins a run for his money. They're side by side going down the backstretch.
Bad Kitty dives it in there, tries to take that second spot away. He does. Now he's only got a few more laps to run down the Iron Station sensation. Has he been saving his tires this whole time? I don't know. Stroop yards him a couple of car lengths. It's going to be tough to make that up in 3 laps, Bob.
The Mooresville outlaw Ronnie Shirk battling for that top 5 finish here, and Sean Allen doing a very good job in his first Cup Series feature, but Scott Zarowski there as well, but nobody, I think, is going to catch Stroop as a white flag is out.
Only one more circuit left to make this happen. It doesn't look like Adam Welsh is going to have enough for Stroop. Stroop's just got to make it through turn 3 and 4. Here he comes. Once again, Adam Stroop. No, not Adam Stroop. Nick Stroop, the Iron Sensation, gets it done here at Millbridge. Joe Biden's calling this race.
Nick Stroop, tonight's winner in the Cup Series. He's going to celebrate down here in Victory Lane. An amazing run. Been so close before, Nick Stroop, and it is about time you've won one of these Cup races here. How was it from the driver's seat? It seemed like you had this thing hooked up very well.
Oh, this thing was stuck. I can't thank my family enough, my wife, my dad, my mom, my brother. He's out here racing too. We're out here having a good time. This is what it's all about, just having a good time. And, man, that thing was good. That's the best kart I've ever had.
The Iron Station Sensation. I'll tell you what, you've run a lot of stuff in dirt before. What is it about running bigger cars and then coming here and running this? Is it a lot easier?
No, it's not a lot easier. These things are so much more about finesse. It's just really easy with the steering wheel, like where I'm, used to going in there and back in the corner and throwing it against a cushion. And these things got to be nice and smooth. That's why I like the top so much, because I feel like I'm getting back in a big car, but it just wasn't there tonight.
Was there any time you were worried about Eric Riggins taking this win away from you?
No, that's Eric Riggins. I ain't scared of him.
And do you have anybody to thank for this besides them? Bud Light, I see you got on the side. What's going on with the Truly, Bud Light, and I saw Mike's Hard Lemonade on another card down here.
That's what gets us through the week, man. We keep working because of Bud Light. Well, I guess I got a Busch here, but it's all beer.
First win tonight in the Ghostface Brewing Cup Series for Nick Stroop. All down here with the second place driver in the Truly machine, Eric Riggins. Eric, you got to the top as he takes a swig of Truly. You got to the top, started making up time on Nick Stroop, and I thought you may have a shot at him once we got this 5 to go caution.
Yeah, well, we got the lap traffic, and I saw I had a pretty good gap behind me. I was like, I got to try something because he was just killing me. But, yeah, I got to the top, and I actually started running my fastest laps, but it still just wasn't enough. It slicked off a little more than I was ready for. And, battle of the alcohols. Looks like beer won this one, but we'll be back for the next one.
Yeah, it seems like guys who have run bigger cars, he's run bigger cars too as well, dirt late models and I guess modifieds, and you've run sprint cars. He said it was harder to drive this. I would imagine it's not as hard to drive it's harder to drive a sprint car than one of these.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I grew up running go-karts, so I mean this is like riding a bike for me. But you never run a go-kart sideways like we do here, so that just makes it so much more fun. So, but I mean, he just flat out wore my ass out. That's all I can say. But we'll be back next time. We'll make a little adjustments and we'll see if we can get a little better.
Julian Machine's got to run the 50 lapper here in a little bit, so we'll see if he can take one home then. For 2019 Pink Magic ARCA Series champion Nigel Standish comes home third in the Cup Series, making the jump from ARCA to Cup this year. You've done very well in this Cup Series, and it's fun to watch you progress.
Yeah, today it's been a while since I talked to you, so that was good. We'll get an envelope with about $10 in it. So. It's been fun. I love the non-prep shit, so that's been a big thing. I hated the little oval thing, AAR. We were on fire, if you saw that, when my brakes blew, because don't use DOT brake fluid. It'll cook it. So, yeah, I mean, this was a good run. We got to figure something out to beat them, too. I mean, we were just kind of riding in third.
The series has become ultra competitive, and everybody we talked to said we can't really bring junk here anymore. We got to start bringing elite stuff. Is that where you're starting to get better, as you always bring good stuff to the racetrack and you're stepping your game up?
Well, about a year ago, that cart was junked in the wall over here, so I would say I'm still bringing junk. So imagine if I did bring elite stuff, they'd be in trouble. So if we can get some more funding on this thing, we'll be good to go.
Nigel the Pistol Standish, when it's dry, you need to watch out for him. He's really fast. The Pistol whips it out tonight for a third-place finish.
I'm going to open up 2 beers.
Okay.
You tell me which sounds more refreshing.
Gotcha.
This one? Or this one?
Busch. Definitely the one that went Busch. What beer is that?
Are you being serious?
Yes.
It's Busch.
Right.
Busch.
Here we go. ARCA Series starting lineup. Ronnie Carroll's on the pole with Grayson Brookshire on the outside pole for this race.
Row number 2, Lazy Eye Levi Hurley, Binghamton Bandit Kyle Brown,
Zach Scrap King Campolagna, and Justin Anderson in the 457.
And in our next row, it's the Trout Stalker Adam Wilcox and Ratchet Jaw Dylan Teasley.
6, Hurricane Holler and Thomas Backman.
And the number 5, Curtis Beeson, Randall Rusty Nail Back.
We got Bryson Godby driving the 17G machine, the Candyman Hunter Weaver.
The 33 of John Jarrell and the double out of Johnny Gregg.
Next row 18, Derek Keeter and Nightcrawler Kelly Britt.
Rounding out the field, it's Tommy Bowder. Here's the ARCA Series. This is amateur racers. The .1 Hammer Home. They're the same as the Busch Series, just amateur. They don't really get as many laps, so they get to practice a little bit more to run the Busch Series. John Gregg has the Filthy Mechanic Clothing Company in-cart camera for tonight's event. Had a pretty good showing for this series as well. This series still alive and well in DNQ. They can prep their tires. Ronnie Carroll leads the field. Off the corner, green flag is out. Grayson Brookshire on the outside gets a hell of a jump there as he is going to sneak into the lead.
How's Ronnie Carroll still running this? I mean, he's good. Like, he knows what he's doing now.
He has not won the championship yet, so if you don't win the championship, you can run it the next year.
It's like Kyle Busch coming down to run the truck series.
Same thing with Grayson Brookshire. He's really good, too. Like, he has a leather jacket. So we just kind of filter these guys out as time goes on. Kyle Brown there in second. Lazy Eye Levi in fourth, and Justin Anderson and the Trout Stalker Adam Wilcox there in the sixth position, as well as Brown cuts down underneath Grayson Brookshire. Gonna take the lead. Jay-Z, this series is more your forte with the tire prep. What are these guys running tonight?
Well, you know, the track looks like it's putting down a little bit of grip. You see that black prep line building around the bottom of the racetrack all the way around. I think these guys got a fresh tire with a good 2 or 3 ounce roll on the inside, and they're wiping something on the medium side on the outside tonight to make sure they're building enough bite to make it to the front here as Carroll's starting to check out.
Lazy Guy giving a big push there, trying to make his way up to the third spot. The door was open, and it just doesn't seem like he was able to walk through all that easily. Is he getting locked down already this early?
A lot of these guys get hot and heavy with the prep. They get a little buzz on, sniffing the shit in the garage, and they lose track of what they're doing. So it could be those tires are a little too hot for what the track needs tonight.
On board of the Filthy Mechanic Clothing in-car camera of John Gregg, and he is, looks like he's locked down as well, fighting Dylan, the Ratchet Teasley.
Ratchet Jaw.
Ratchet Jaw.
Ratchet Jaw Teasley.
Bob, do you purposely always pick the guys that run dead last? Oh, we got a big wreck up in turn 3.
The Nightcrawler was in it.
Ooh.
Oh, God!
Godsby went for a ride this evening.
Wow, Keeter got into him, and it looks like he just stayed in the gas. He was going to drive out of it.
Yeah, big hit. I mean, he gets across country in like 16 hours. He had places to be, and he was just in the way.
Wow. All right, these guys are pounding each other as green flag is back out. Grayson Brookshire leading. Yeah, we were zoomed in there. Here we
Bob,
go.
what I haven't seen so far that we've seen earlier in the Cup race is these guys get up top and bang the boards. Are these guys just pussies?
I was just getting ready to ask that question. I just don't think it's there for them. I mean, they're locked down in the bottom of the track, or they're just scared to do it. I'm not really sure.
It looks like a little bit of angel dust is starting to build up there in that tippy-top groove. I mean, once that is built up there, it's like ice. You get up there and you see what we had happen 2 laps ago with the Nightcrawler just junking his car.
Yeah, who's going to be brave to go up there and clean off that PCP laying around on the top half of the track? I don't think anyone's going to do it. Everyone's just going to be running the gutter all night long.
Yes, and that's what it looks like happens in this series. They run a gutter, power bottoms all night in the ARCA and Busch series. And here we go. Here's your top 5. Hunter Weaver doing a very good job here tonight. The Candyman out here running top 5.
Yeah, good run for him. Typically not what we see out of him. Glad to see he's kind of got his life together. I forget what I was going to say. Oh, glad to see that he's finally got his life together. What we really need is Ricky Shithouse Jr. up in here to dust off the top for everybody else, junk his stuff about lap 15, then everybody can go up there and run the top again.
Yeah, we got lap traffic in the way of Brookshire. That opens the door for Ronnie Carroll under Lazy Eye Levi, and he is going to go ahead and take the second position. Looks like the top 5 guys are all on top of each other, and we got Thomas Backmarkham going around for a spin off of turn 4. That's going to bring out the caution.
as we rack them and stack them again, get ready to come back to the green. That was a quickie yellow. Nobody goes to pit road, firing off again. Who's in the red car?
Grayson Brookshire.
Grayson Brookshire back to the lead. Ronnie Shirk again slides into that second position. Lazy Eye Levi needs a push to get up there into that third spot. His tires just don't seem quite right. Good enough to run up there in third, but I think his motor is holding him there.
Do you get heat? I mean, these tires do not get hot at all, but do you get a certain amount of scuff in it there, Jay-Z, that just changes how it handles?
Every time you put a heat cycle on these tires, they change. You know, you put that initial outside wipe on, push to the grid, and it's only going to last you so long. So if you got the wrong combo on there, you didn't wipe heavy enough, you could lose that prep, and all of a sudden that right front goes away on you, and you end up leaning on the guy outside of you like Lazy Eye there in the 31.
Bob, what I want to point out is something that I saw in the truck race earlier this weekend. When these guys come to pit road for that 5 to go caution, I saw a team leave the scuffs on the left side and let some air out of that left rear. Is that something these guys might look at as we're under caution again? That's our 5 to go.
I wouldn't doubt that they would do something stupid like that at all. This is ARCA.
They probably don't have the full tire allotment.
No. They've got what's in the trailer, and they probably actually have more than what truck teams do. We're back under green. Oh, yeah, we're jumping left rears towards the back there. And the caution is out again for what? Oh, somebody beat the bumper off that thing.
Somebody literally beat the back bumper off.
I think it was the Candyman's back bumper, actually. All right, we're going to try this again.
Cane out in turn one.
Leaving a candy cane in turn 1. All right, we're back green. Wow, we got him side drafted really hard on Lazy Eye Levi. He's leaning on him.
Lazy Eye Levi went from the penthouse to the shit house as he gets put 3 wide.
Oh, yeah.
Never
Weaver
mind.
letting him have it. Here comes Kyle Brown for the lead.
This might be amateur racing, but don't let anyone fool you that 5th place doesn't carry a little bit of pride here in the Pick Magic ARCA series. They're beating the shit out of each other to try to get a goddamn top 5.
Oh, yeah, we got a few laps left, and right now Kyle Brown is leading Ronnie Carroll. Grayson Brookshire led most of this race, but I don't think he's going to lead as Carroll dives to the inside. We only have a few laps left.
Carroll down to the inside. Can he complete the pass? No, he can't. Who's leading? Mike? Something wrong?
Kyle Brown.
Kyle Brown holds him off for one more corner, but the pressure's still on. They're a human centipede, first, second, and third. White flag. One more lap to go.
Can Carroll make the move on Brown? He's got a run and a push from Brookshire. He gets to the inside of Brown.
They bang doors. They touch. Who gets it? It's a photo finish. My drunk eyes can't see who won. Jay-Z, Bob, do we have timing and scoring at this low-budget operation?
We do, but let's look at the instant replay, Jay-Z. Who's got it?
It's Kyle Brown, and that's 69. He's riding high, wide, and handsome, and I think he's taking home that checkered flag tonight.
It's official. Kyle Brown by 100th of a second. Let's go down and see him in victory lane. Kyle Brown in victory lane. What a finish. By far one of the closest ones we've ever had in DNQ competition. I think they said you won by 100th of a second. 100th, or was it 1,000th? 100th? 1/100th of a second over Ronnie Carroll. Closest finish we've ever had here. Closest finish in DNQ history, ARCA history, everything. What was that like on that last lap?
That was insane. I thought he had me, and I got to run off the high side, coming off forward. To the checker we went.
Grayson Brookshire led most of this race. Seemed like you and Ronnie were really good, just kind of buying your time, waiting in the back to that 5 to go, and you got the jump there on the restart and was able to hold them off.
My tires finally fired off. I was a little bit too much air all night. That last restart, if I didn't have momentum, I was done, so did what I could do.
Got anybody to thank for this win here tonight?
Jamie Kanoff, LA Motorsports, Phantom. That's about it, man. DNQ.
Kyle Brown, your Pink Magic ARCA Series winner here tonight. That hurts is what he says down here. Ronnie Carroll, 100th of a second separated you and Kyle Brown there at the end. It seemed like you could get such a good run off of 2 to get underneath them to make the move at the end there.
Good run, buddy. Yeah, that was interesting. I tried to run it in there on him, but we come up just a little short. Happens sometimes, but I want to thank everybody that came out and helped me. Daniel Armstrong on tires. He's got a good program going on. We run very good all the time. If he'd have sold me the right parts, we'd have won. But anyways, another story. But anyway, it was fun.
Watching the top three, you guys, I guess the word that I would like to say is respect. You guys seem to respect each other. Yeah, you threw it in on them there at the end, but it was for the win, and it was still fairly clean.
Right, yeah, we race all the time. Most of us race all the time. Me and Kyle race all over the place, other tracks and stuff. Me and him, we try to race each other as clean as we can. Like you said, last lap, anything goes.
Ronnie Carroll, anything goes, and that's also him in this finish here tonight. He is still your points leader. When we talk about a dominating night and just coming up a little bit short, that's Grayson Brookshire's night here in a nutshell. Led most of the laps there, kind of got shuffled down the 5 to go restart. Come home with a decent finish, though, at the end.
Yeah, man, it's tough to lead that many laps and come home a little bit short, but we ran better than I thought we were going to run. We came out of the back of the truck, had 3 sets of tires, and I got a good set for this next Busch race, so I'm hoping to give me a case of Busch Light at the end of this thing.
Grayson Brookshire, a good night. He's going to try and go for more here shortly. Thanks.
Busch. That's a sound of refreshment. No question about it.
I got a question. Does camouflage actually work?
Let's see.
Wow. Huh. Did not see that coming.
Kind of the point.
Well, now's a good time to go to the bathroom during this video, but on the pole tonight for the Dash Series race, Mike Contarino with Tyler Richmond on the outside pole.
Row number 2, Don Merzak, who looks like he belongs in an office. And Ryan Richmond.
David Back Markham and Donald Colwell in the next row.
Donald Dirty Air Colwell. Always in the dirty air. There's your rules for the Dash Series. The small tires all the way on treaded. So we're missing Mike Melton and Joey Gase. They are in Talladega at this point in time.
They missed the race.
They missed the race with 6 carts. Green flag is out. We're underway. Last year's champion Mike Contarino leads the field into 1, and 6 go-karts, man. I am so excited. This is...
USAC would have never let that start happen, but who cares?
Yeah, we wouldn't if it was Cup. I think Dash, we just want to get the Dash over with. And go on board with David Back Markham in the Filthy Mechanic clothing in-cart camera. He is all over turbo. Ryan Richmond beating a bumper off of that thing.
True style, true DNQ style. You are at least consistent in who you give your in-car cameras to.
Yeah, because they have GoPro mounts on their helmets, and I am too cheap to put another one on. And you'd be surprised how many people don't want to wear GoPros on their head. You'd be surprised.
Well, we can always see the front from where you put those things.
I think the way this works is there's a primary sponsor opportunity for all the GoPro holders that someone might want to sponsor. So you could have the Filthy Mechanic in-car sponsored by Hooters. That brings you the, holder to the track. So there you go. Those potential businesses out there. Prime ad real estate waiting for you in the DNQ series.
Along with this series, because it obviously needs something, and maybe a sponsor would be better for it, is Contarino leads, and he has checked out. This is good old-fashioned Chicagoland 2010 Cup racing right here.
Well, it was hard to tell if it was Pocono 2020, but Mike Contarino steps down 1 level.
Can we talk about Chase Elliott and Hendrick and how much of an asset he is to that team?
No, he's not in this race, but, I mean, if Chase Elliott was in this race, he would be running probably about 3rd, and this camera wouldn't be off.
Well, they added a lot of key engineering resources this offseason. I don't know Mr. H personally, but I do hear a lot of people that do talk to him, and they said he's just out there still ready to win, still hungry as ever, and loves him some Chase Elliott. So they're putting everything into him this season.
How was Tyler Richmond second to last and he started on the outside pole? Like, what happened to that thing that it all of a sudden lost like a second on lap time? Is he going board with...
He's got that RPM Motorsports affiliation. He needs to get with Hendrick and get what Chase Elliott has, and he'll go back to the front.
Thank God.
He's saving his tires, Bob.
Our 5 to go caution just saved us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Watch Ryan Richmond. He saved his tires. He's no stop in this race, but it looks like nobody else stopped either. So I think he just went back.
Dan Marak to the inside of Richmond. Here comes Markham with a shot to the back bumper. Please wreck somebody. Please, thank you. Thank God.
3 wide back. Markham gets up on the bike. He goes around and turns 3 and 4 with Ryan Richmond.
And we stay green.
Yeah, we did.
did.
We just stayed green.
We did. And the best part about this wreck is Ryan's brother wrecked him through David, and I think he's still pissed off at Markham. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. As Richmond's going to spin to bring the caution out. Yeah, there it is. That was pretty funny. Like, they were yelling at each other. It was like your brother took you out. You didn't even realize it. Contarino leads. Dirty air. Donald Caldwell not in dirty air for once. On the outside in the front row.
Let's see what he can do. He can drop back to third. He's running in his best spot ever. We are watching history right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Did he cut the parachute off of that cart? Usually
I think in that wreck.
Moved to an aluminum boat anchor.
Contarino with a commanding lead. It looks like all he's got to do is finish this race to take it home.
Can Markham pass for third? That's the biggest battle on this racetrack.
No. Boat anchor.
Contarino takes the win. He commanding win. He goes commando. He had a commanding win tonight. Going commando. Great job. Let's go down and talk to him. Mike Contarino, tonight's winner in the Goodies Dash Series for Filthy Mechanic Clothing Night. 2019 champion here in this series, and you walked him tonight pretty handily.
Yeah, I was happy. Cart was good. Made some adjustments throughout the week to make it better. I just kind of wish Joey and Mike were here. I think I might have had something for them too. They've been the two dominant carts this year, so we'll see next week.
Yeah, you pretty much, I got nothing else to say. You pretty much just kicked her teeth, and you got anybody to thank?
Just Bobby, Adam, VSI Racing, NXT Motorsports. They're the ones that make it happen, so.
This could be time for him to get some momentum and make another championship run in 2020. Second place finisher in tonight's Goodies Dash Series is Dan Marak. Dan, you've come out here and run this Dash Series, kind of just getting your feet wet in DNQ racing. What's it like to finally have a good finish out here?
Oh, it's awesome. It helps that Magic and some of the other guys that are really good didn't show up, so it helped me a lot. But really, really cool. It's only my third race out here. I got to thank Magic, Turbo, Steven for helping me get out here. I don't know how to work on these things or really how to drive. This is only my third race out here, so to finish second is really, really cool.
Yeah, you seem to be working out really well. It's starting to get better and better and better, and you're in good company with those guys. We did a piece on how they do everything together. It's running really good. Is that really what stepped you up out here?
Oh, absolutely. I'd be out in left field without their help. They stayed up with me till about midnight one night this week, getting my cart ready to come out here. So, yeah, I couldn't do it without their help.
Amarak, second place here tonight, and a good one, too. Mechanic feature night. Got too much shit going on. I got too much shit going on. It's a problem. Well, Donald Caldwell here, third place finish. You got to feel good about that. I mean, it's always tough when you come out here and you're first starting out trying to run DNQ because all these guys are racers. You're a racer too, but it's like when you first start out in go-kart racing, you think, it's just go-kart. Well, it's way more than that. It's way harder than that. So a third place finish has got to feel good.
Oh yeah. Plus I'm a little bit heavier than most of them, so I got to try a little harder. I was lucky Turbo wrecked. I wouldn't have caught him. But yeah, it's fun. Love these tires. Enjoy racing out here.
So you're a racer on the side. We're out here racing with everybody. All the Colic guys are here. So if you don't run good, they're going to talk a bunch of shit to you the next day, aren't they?
Oh, definitely. We've been reamed in the shop a couple of times.
You got anybody to thank for this?
I'd like to thank Turbo. He's helped me out a lot, setting the card up and everything. And yeah, that's pretty much. And have fun.
Now, Cole, third place here tonight. We're talking his ear off. He's got to get the hell out of here. Starting lineup for the Busch Series. James Stanley on the pole with Daniel Armstrong on the outside pole.
Run number 2, Graham Haller and Rainman Robert Showalter.
John Olivero and Rich Schaffner in the next row.
Rob Bates and Grayson Brookshire, who had a great race there in the ARCA Series.
Run number 6, the Pistol and Redhead Redemption, Caleb Clenard in the 196.
Brianna Lyons making a return on the outside, and Dylan Ratchetjaw Teasley inside of her.
Curtis Beeson and Rusty Nail Randall Beck. Here's our B main band. It's Christian Moody and Kyle Brown.
And Zach Campanola and Clint Mills in the 10.
Yeah, these guys, they had a B main for this race tonight. So here's the rules. Same thing as ARCA, but these guys are a little bit more veteran drivers. As the green is out, we'll see what James Stanley Jr. can do here with this field. And the Rain Man going up to second. Last year's champion, Daniel Armstrong's been running this series as well. Very strong in the Busch Series.
Clint Mills with strong runs here before. It's a 3 wide for 5th going into turns 1 and 2 on lap number 2.
Clint Mills had strong runs before the race started, Bill. Not during them.
Oh, so Clint Mills had strong runs before the race. That might be a reason he had to run the B main, or should I say the deuce. He's had some strong runs here at Millbridge Speedway. It's surprising to see him start that far back up. Jay-Z, Bob, what do you think's gotten into him? Can he get his life figured out here for the feature?
I don't know. I remember him winning a few years back. He was always one of the strong contenders. Him and Christian Moody, who's starting to make some progress towards the front, kind of in the same boat. They were at the top of their game for a while and fell off the cliff real hard. I don't know what they're going to be able to do to get their game back on track.
Well, right now it is all James Stanley, the Rain Man in second, Armstrong in third, Clenard in fourth in that blue machine. All these guys, pretty veteran names in DNQ, and I think that's as he gets a little free in the angel dust that opens the door for Grayson Brookshire. All these guys, they've been racing DNQ for a long time, and they race everywhere as we go on board in the Filthy Mechanic Clothing Encore inboard camera with Caleb Clenard on the fender, which is a bold move for DNQ because we are so cheap.
Yeah, Redhead Redemption here riding in, it looks like to be the 4th or 5th spot. He's just keeping an eye on the leaders. I mean, the leaders right here, we got a Miltona 50 leading the race. Miltona 50 leader leading the race. As we see the battle for second, Rainman Showalter goes back to third. They swap spots. Over under, do-si-do. They trade the second spot back and forth. Sort of like somebody's, sort of like Nye's old lady.
Daniel Armstrong will take that position. Brookshire having a strong night, man. He's got his stuff together. He's having a good run here tonight. Stanley's checked out, though. His stuff is right tonight.
Yeah, I believe James Stanley has his own kart shop business likes to run too, as well as being one of the top guys at Phantom. If you're at Millbridge, you got questions in your Phantom chassis, you find Stanley. He'll get you the answers you're looking for and get you back to the front. Daniel Armstrong's no slouch either. He's won a bunch of money all across the Southeast as we got some good action here with Redhead Redemption getting overtaken by Christian Moody, who's on freaking rails tonight. He is marching towards the front.
Doing a great job here. Oh, Showalter tagged the wall right there, opening the door for Brookshire.
Christian Moody coming from the absolute back. Looks like he's got some horsies bolted onto that right side rail. He goes by.
He does, and he's got the right number on it too.
He does. I mean, he gives him a bump. I mean, absolutely motoring past him. I don't know how he had to run the B main, but whatever he figured out in that B main, whether it's the right left rear tire or the right side motor, he's got that sucker hauling.
Go on board in the Filthy Mechanic Clothing onboard camera with Caleb Clenard, and he is riding around with Showalter and Brookshire as well, and just a human centipede, man, gooch to gooch, and that's how it is in the prepped series, Jay-Z. These guys seem to run the same line, and the only way to pass is to knock them out of the way, unlike the Cup Series.
Yeah, you're gonna move to the gutters. We got Moody on the inside of Brookshire. He takes the lead. Someone's up against the wall. Showalter to the bottom. This is actually turning out to be a pretty good race, Bob, considering everyone's hogging the gutter.
Yeah, that was
What is the aero effect of these guys running side by side here, Bill? Just nothing but drag?
What that does is punch a big old hole in the air, Bob. You don't want to run side by side for too much longer, so you see a textbook side draft there from Redhead Redemption and another textbook door slam by the 74 car. By that red and black 74 car. We're not allowed to say the sponsor because they don't pay us. Redhead Redemption back to his back bumper, but what I was saying before, you don't want to run side by side for too long because all that does is punch a big old hole in the air for the guys running behind you who are going to catch you and slow you down too. As we go back to the leader, James Stanley, the Miltona 50 winner, has lost some ground.
He's never won the Miltona 50.
James Stanley?
Yeah, he has never won it.
Oh, well, I'll just say he has.
Yeah. Well, he just give him credit. Yeah. It's fine. It's 2020. We can say whatever we
James
want.
Stanley, the Miltona 50 leader.
He identifies as a Miltona 50 winner.
He's lost some ground to Daniel Armstrong, putting the pressure on him. I mean, but what Armstrong doesn't realize is we have that 5 to go caution coming up. He doesn't want to burn his stuff up, and here it is.
And maybe he burned it up right there getting to his bumper. This is a communism leadership here. If you got too much lead, we got to give some to the second place guy. Green flag is out. We got 5 laps to go. Let's see what happens here.
Biden rules for the or Bernie rules.
Sometimes I think Biden's commentating this stuff.
Boys, keep an eye on Christian Moody. He's on the top. He's flying right now. He wants to get by both Armstrong and Stanley. He's going
side by
balls out
side,
to win.
3 wide, going back through the pack as we see Christian Moody swap spots with our leader, James Stanley. Christian Moody to the point. Can he go from the B main and get it done here in the A and take home all the money and the glory that is the DNQ Series winning?
He got a run there, and when Daniel Armstrong and Showalter got side by side and moved, and Clenard goes for a spin off of turn 4. Man, he got pounded there by the pistol. The pistol came in and
he's not happy.
Hit him pretty good. No, not happy.
We don't like when these drivers put the window net down before the safety crews get there, but he just took a left rear hard. And God gets nailed. Somebody said,
Dang.
Wait for me, and we see old man Red picking that thing up, trying to get her fixed up to get back in.
Tough break for Clenard, but here we go. We have got only a few laps left. I think it's a green and white. Or no, it's a green-white checkered as Moody takes the lead. Looks like, can Stanley work him over? He's got a hole there. Can he make it happen? Man, he's getting pulled right there hard. Showalter goes around. My goodness, can we finish this race?
Rain Man goes around, collects some debris with him. We stay green because we can.
Caution's out. Again, let's rack them, stack them, and throw them out again. Can Daniel Armstrong do anything here? Let's see.
Christian Moody from the point. He goes green in the Busch to go.
No, it doesn't matter. It's green and white. Moody coming off a 4 is going to take the victory. However, from up here, he has an illegal cam. He has a legal lift. We're going to go down to our true winner, James Stanley, who is down there with Eddie. The 90 machine, though, that is not Dick Trickle. It's James Stanley Jr. Good run here tonight. Led the most laps. Pretty much 5 to go caution screwed you. Christian Moody got a good run up to you there at the end, and there's nothing you can really do with it.
Yeah, just lost my track position. I knew I was out to a big lead because I didn't hear nobody behind me for a while, and I knew the lap cars caught them up to me, so I figured I'd be able to take off. So I wasn't really worried about holding the bottom or anything, and Christian got by me, and that was kind of my mistake.
You said you checked up a little bit there coming down the front stretch. I know you didn't hit the brakes or anything like that, but was there a reason that you lost momentum there at the end of the straightaway?
No. Well, which occasion were you speaking of?
When he passed you there at the end.
No, I think he just got a little better Harbor Freight motor than I did.
James Stanley second sucks. You got anybody to thank for this this race here tonight?
Oh, yeah. I got to thank Phantom Racing Chassis, great chassis. I love my job. Can't thank Tom Miller because he didn't build the motor today, but got to thank Chris for the help, Tyson for all he helps me with. I think that's about it because I can't thank a motor guy today.
He can't. He kind of did. He can't. James Stanley second place here tonight.
Thank you.
Daniel Armstrong a solid third place finish here tonight. You guys were nose to tail basically most of the race. Stanley had checked out and it seemed like that 5 to go bunched everybody back up, hurt him, and you guys were out there racing, but Christian kind of snuck one out there and snookered you guys from a win here tonight.
Yeah, last time we stayed at a 130 tearing my stuff down, so we'll probably leave in a minute. But no, I don't know. We were good. I was set up. I didn't wipe mine enough. He got out there probably, straight away, and I run him down pretty quick. But the 5 to go stuff, you just gotta have some soft stuff for the last 5 laps, and they're gonna beat and bang. So, but it's all right.
Yeah, it seems like you guys all have respect for each other up front, but when it gets to the back of the field, it's really bad. Third place finish here tonight for Daniel Armstrong.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Filthy Mechanic Clothing Pro Cup Series. Zach Stroop on the pole with Eric Riggins on the outside pole.
Row number 2, Jay Carpaccio and Nick somebody or other.
Craig Smith, Scott Zarowski in the 14.
Robert Rayman Schulter, Jonathan Maybe in the next row.
Row number 6, Ray Thies and Brian Shaw in the 1.
Tyler Richmond and Damian Jenks.
Ryan Richmond, his brother, and Jen Welsh, the Bad Kitty's wife.
Meow. We're going to skip this row.
Yeah, there's the rest of them.
Rack Attack.
David
back Markham. What a surprise. Here you go. 390 stock Predator. This is basically the Cup Series of Predator engines. Come on out. We're getting ready to have a B main in this series, too, if it keeps it up, which is a good thing. If you guys want shirts, DNQ shirts, any shirts at all, go to filthymechanic.co, and you can pick up some of the shirts. A great sponsor for this series. Damon Jakes has an in-car camera tonight, and David Backmarkham has an in-car camera, and he is having a mechanical issue right now. So
that's dirtymechanic.co, like Kane.
Here we go. We are getting ready to start a 50-lap feature for the Filthy Mechanic Clothing Pro Cup Series. Zach Stroop leads them into one as the green flag is out.
Zach Stroop on the point as Adam, or no, who's go? Big wreck. Big. We got the big one on lap 1, turn.
See what happened here. Cross thread Smith gets there. Showalter checks up. Shaw gets into Thies. Shaw was the same guy who had his head in Contarino's lap last race, so he's struggling to not be involved in accidents. Little shit.
And everybody else does a good job of just avoiding.
All right, get him.
Who's in the 47?
The 47 is Eric Riggins, the Red Rocket. Here we are back under green flag conditions. And Riggins gets a hot fart from up top. Look at that run. He's going to take the lead away.
Riggins with a big run to the outside. He takes the lead coming out of 3 and 4. Everybody lines up behind him. Much more tidy than the first lap, Jay-Z.
Yeah, you know, Bill, I know Jeremy prepped this track again right before this feature. He put down a whole bunch of water, repacked it, so everyone's up there selling T-shirts, running the boards. I think this is going to be a great race tonight.
Zach Stroop up there slinging some top sirloin. He's trying to get a little bit of momentum so he can get a run down on Riggins. And Nick Finney up there in third as we got one around. Dirty Ear Donald Colwell goes for a spin. We're going to stay green, though. Screw it.
Dirty Ear Don goes around. Nobody cares. He's running that bottom line. I mean, that's his signature line there. Or not his signature line. It's actually Riggins' signature line. What I like to call that bottom line there, Rigginsing. He's Rigginsing around the track. There's the left rear.
Bon Sugar, Bon Sugar. Oh, man. I hate to see that, especially for a Bonsignor. Yeah, and so does mechanical ability. Wow, look at that restart. Zarowski trying to jump underneath Zach Stroop. Zach says, I don't give a shit.
Fuck it. We'll let the third place guy cross the line first.
Here we go. Man, look at this top lane. I would have never thought, like, when we went to this Treaded Stuff and this Predator Series, that this top lane would be so dominant.
All the way up to the top, banging those boards, selling T-shirts. We like to see that. You see that Rigginsing line just being so much slower. Can't get down there. That grip just isn't there. As
Riggins goes to the bottom. He pulls a slider on Stroop. Stroop goes to the bottom, and he has a hot fart. He's going to get a run on him. Finney trying to follow him. Zarowski there running the bottom the whole time. He's trying to get to the front
There's a little bit of contact. There's slicing and dicing. There's more action here than a wingless race at Terre Haute tonight. As 44 makes a run, he gets to the inside. There's more contact. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Oh, big side draft goes wrong. Almost. We got one upside down. We almost had two of them upside down. Big
Craig
wreck.
Crossthread Smith. Crossthread Smith goes for a flip. Let's see what happened there. Finney pushing into Zarowski, and he kind of pinched him up into Stroop. Stroop goes around, and Crossthread Smith had nowhere to go. Crossthread stuck the Scorpion landing here. Pretty good.
Oh.
The Russian judge only gave it a 6.
Nah, big moment for Crossthread. Let's hope he can get it back together as we approach the Busch to start zone. Fire it off. Here we go. We're back under green.
Finney leads the field with Zarowski shooting down to the bottom. Here comes Showalter as well. Riggins with a big run, though. Look at that run from the top.
Can we get through the Bermuda Triangle corner? Because it seems like everybody's wrecking there. We do for one more time. We go 3 wide, the top, middle, and bottom, all working big runs. We saw that one go down the leg. That needed a diaper. What a run.
Wow, look at this. Look at that. Oh, here comes another one. Hang on. Don't talk to me. It hurts so bad. Amazing runs. Amazing runs up there.
No.
Man, I feel bad for Nick Finney.
No. I think we just set a new track record. Bob, watching this race happen, we're under green. We're bump drafting, side drafting, big runs on the top. What's not to love about this series?
No one's in the gutter. No one's Harvicking out there. Everyone's high, wide, and handsome, getting those big runs, those hot farts down the back straightaway. The top is the place to be for this feature.
Lots of cases of the runs, but Zarowski, he's down there running the gutter, and he's making it work, man. I mean, he is not losing any ground to these guys.
No, but everybody up on top feels like DJ Khaled. Another one. Another one. Another one.
Oh, he tried to pinch off Finney there. He did another one, just couldn't get clear. Trying to do that slider, just cannot make it work.
As things start to settle out a little bit, let's check on our Jack and Coke family of drivers.
Yes, right now the Jack and Coke family of drivers are all in the back because they're drunk. So that is the Jack and Coke family of drivers. We're going to see that list get a little bit better as time goes on, but Zarowski has finally cleared Finney running the bottom. And let's see if he's going to go top shelf. He does. He takes the line away.
Yeah, you got to go where the other guys aren't. He just hasn't quite got that far as we see somebody absolutely dive to the bottom. But the top
Zach Stroop and the Bad Kitty right there racing each other extremely hard. Zach Stroop got dumped, making his way back up towards the front. And there's David Markham, who's actually running decent in this race. So he's got that going for him. Let's go on board with him in the Filthy Mechanic on board, following Damian Jenks.
Whatever they did there in the pits seems to be working. The cart doesn't look too busy. He's not on his lid. He's not on the back. It's shaping up to be a good night for David Markham.
You know, we'll talk shit when he runs in the back, but when he runs good, we'll still say he's running good. And right now, David Markham having a very good run here tonight in this 50-lapper for the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series. I mean, like I said, you need DNQ shirts, any other shirts, check out filthymechanic.co. It was cheaper not to make it.com.
Yeah, what I want to talk about is strategy, Bob. I mean, that's something you know a lot about, and you know a lot of experts and a lot of connections on that. Was David Markham's strategy just to ride in the back for most of the race and avoid those big wrecks that we saw earlier?
Well, we know that he works at Front Row Motorsports, so I really feel like he's just taking a page from their book to run about 18th, and then towards the end of the race, just be there, and hopefully attrition takes place. But they've gotten their stuff better on the Cup side, and it looks like Markham's actually taking a page from their book as he is high, wide, and hits. Look at that slider from Zach Stroop. My God.
David Markham has absolutely turned around Front Row Motorsports.
Look at this. Look at Zach Stroop. I mean, his stuff's set up way better, but look at this. He's pushing Damian Jenks into the corner. His kart is extremely fast. Let's see if he can make the pass on him. Slider. There's a slider.
Shove it. I feel like me, Todd Parrott, are at the Blue Parrot right now on a Saturday night.
Damian Jenks working him back. I mean, this is the racing that this series puts off, and the Cup Series at that. This treaded tire is an amazing thing to watch, and these races are just getting better and better. 2 lanes in 1 and 2. We didn't even plan on that tonight. Those guys went top shelf, and all of a sudden it started cleaning off the top, and it's working for them.
It is. You got to have a shit house every now and then to clean that off, but Jeremy did the right thing, got this track right. You can run that Harviking line all the way at the bottom. You can bang the boards all the way up there at the top like Larson. Everybody can make this track work tonight.
Zach Stroop doing a very good job of making his way back up through the field after starting in the back there. After that wreck there in the front stretch, and Zarowski and Finney battling hard with some lap traffic in the way.
Yeah, this field's starting to sort itself out. I think this class is the sweet spot. That treaded tire puts a lot back on the driver. So some people that might run in the back in some of these prep tire classes really get a chance to shine when you put that equalizing, treaded Hoosier on, and people can start banging the boards and showing the fans what they can do.
I think these guys really do search for moisture on the track, and that's why you see them go to the top, the bottom. They start searching around. Some guys are in the middle. I just think the top is there tonight, and it's pretty dominant now.
It is. Once we bunch these guys back up, you see David Markham here riding the top good. He's not quite up high enough to get that air on the spoiler like he needs to, but when you see guys running the bottom and guys running the top, usually the top just looks like a Busch to pass button in the middle of the straightaway.
Yes, it does. And as we see Zarowski out here running, Showalter was running pretty good at the start of this race, and he has faded tremendously. And he's won the first couple of races here in the Pro Cup Series, but his stuff has fallen off the last couple of races.
Could he just be so hungover that he's falling out of the seat tonight? It's a long evening. He's got a lot of laps in. He might just be ready for some church's chicken in bed. You never know.
The Truly machine of Eric Riggins out front, Zarowski and Finney. Showalter must be in the Jack and Coke family of drivers if he's running like this.
He's got to be. I mean, those stranglers must just have rubbed him raw and just can't keep it to the floor. So, I mean, what I'm seeing right now is that top lane's coming so good that everybody's just lined up there. And we just need that 5 to go caution to bunch everybody back up again, because the engineering on these go-karts are just so good now. We don't have those motor failures, those part failures. We don't see people dropping out for unknown reasons anymore. People don't just miss the setup anymore. I mean, these things are on 7, 8, 9, 10 posts now. Every week before the race. I mean, the sim is just so good. We talked about the wind tunnel a few weeks back. I mean, it's outrageous. So maybe DNQ needs to be a little bit more proactive on that.
Yeah, the gear oil. I mean, these gears don't blow up anymore. We don't have mechanical gear oil failures. They don't foul plugs anymore. I mean, these guys got it under control.
But what I do want to point out, Bob, is we haven't seen a single piece of lead fall out yet.
That happened actually in practice earlier in this race. So, yes, it did. But, it didn't happen on this race. Look at Stroop. He's starting to make his way back up towards the front. Zach Stroop started all the way in the back when that caution came out. He has gone all the way up to the front, and he's running down Riggins, who is in some lap traffic. And the Red Rocket, Eric Riggins, doing a very good job at just settling in, getting the laps knocked down. It's a 50-lap race. It's a long race. And he goes anywhere from the gutter to the top shelf. I mean, he's all over the place. He'll bang the cushion, but looks like Zarowski's starting to search a little bit. Finney's doing well. And that Angel Dust is all the way at the top of the track as these guys are 3 wide in front of us.
Stroop keeps pushing that berm out farther and farther and farther off of turn 4. You can see the dust fly as we go back on board with David Markham. He heads to the gutter. He gets on the inside of Showalter. Can he make the pass stick? He cannot. Showalter fights back on the outside.
Jay Zarapata, he was doing very well. He was kind of just creeping around 6 or 7, and all of a sudden he just started picking it up in that white cart. And he is making a charge towards the front. He's done very well in this series, too. As there it is. 5 to go is out. Thank God. I was getting sick of talking. Eric Riggins in the Truly machine.
Okay, all right.
Riggins in the Truly machine. Zarowski had Mike's Hard Lemonade on his cart. And Bud Light on Nick Stroop's cart. As we go green, 5 laps to go. We'll see if Zarowski can do anything here with Riggins.
Riggins puts it to the bottom. He's only got 5 laps left before he can get back to his Roadhog waiting for him to home. He puts it up to the top. See if he can catch a hot fart and get a big run down the front stretch. He's on the Busch to pass. You see him throw a big old slider, take the lead back. He's got 4 circuits left before he takes all the money and beer and pride home from winning the DNQ race.
Well, I saw Zarowski take the lead, and he just couldn't hold it because Riggins got that run off of turn 4 there, JZ.
Yeah, high side is the way to be. It helps you protect that lead as they come through turn 4. Complete 1 more lap. White flag is out.
It's actually 2 to go here as Stroop takes the spot away from Zarpata. Finney trying to fix his way into there. I don't think Zarowski's had anything for Riggins, but here it is. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go. We're going to watch this battle towards the back.
Yeah, the battle is not for the lead. The battle is for fourth, but still not much happening there. Riggins coming off turns 3 and 4. He's going to take it home. His road hog is going to be absolutely elated and give him a big old sloppy kiss.
His wife is going to be mad. Eric Riggins for Filthy Mechanic Clothing Company. Feature race here tonight in Victory Lane again. You get the sweep here tonight in the treaded stuff. That was an amazing race to watch with you and Stroop and Zarowski there at the end.
Yeah, that was really cool. Especially there at the beginning, we were 3 wide, and it was top to bottom, and you were everywhere. So that's kind of the object of these tires, and I think we're really starting to figure out the tracks and the carts, and everybody's getting their setups right. But that was a blast, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, watching you guys come from the top, get the run, cut underneath somebody to run the bottom, and the second groove came in 1 and 2. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it really got 2 lane there where, like in lap traffic, you could really move up and find a way around them. Because if you kill your momentum, they're catching you close behind, like fast. So, but it was cool. I had a blast. Thank you for doing this. Even though it's Predator, dude, it's still just as fun as the Cup. When you're sliding around on treaded tires and getting to race like that. So that's cool.
Eric Riggins takes his Truly machine here to Victory Lane again tonight. Scott Zarowski, second place here tonight in the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series feature event. 50 laps is a long time. You had him cleared on the restart. Were you going to go up there and cut his momentum off?
No, I really figured the top side would have enough momentum. It is what it is. The more I run here, the less I learn. So the way they watered the racetrack before that race, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of grooves to choose from. And for the longest time, it didn't seem like any one groove was better than the other. So can't ask for better than that.
I mean, you've done really well in this series. You've always been in the top 3, mostly every race that we've had. And is that just this Predator engine? Do you feel like you do better on the lower horsepower than you would in the Clone?
No, actually, the Clone, we were pretty decent today, too. I missed the gear and a little bit of setup for our first run in that one. But we worked really hard with this chassis trying to figure out what to do with these tires. And I owe that to my dad and just kind of talking back and forth and getting after it.
So you got Mike's Hard Lemonade on your cart. He's got Truly Hard Seltzer on his cart. And then Nick Stroop has Bud Light on his cart. I'm seeing a battle here, and it looks like Hard Seltzer's winning tonight.
It's just for tonight. Hopefully we'll get that fixed next week.
Well, he takes his Mike's Hard Lemonade go-kart here to a second-place finish tonight. Zach Stroop comes home second in the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series. 50.
Go give me credit.
All right. Start over again.
Restart.
I don't even know what day it is. All right, there we go. Third place finish for Zach Stroop in the Filthy Mechanic Clothing Pro Cup Series. 50 laps here is a long time. You were very fast at the beginning of this race. It seems like Riggins just kind of pulled everybody towards the end. You got turned there a little bit in the middle of the race there, but what was it like up there in the second groove in 1 and 2, which I was not expecting to come in?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Having to restart, I think we were like 15th. It got dicey. There were a few times through lap traffic and, just racing some guys. But, oh, man, the top side, y'all got to keep doing this. This is so much fun. Coming from 15th to 3rd is just a blast.
Yeah, watching guys get runs off the top is amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's like you have 1,000 more horsepower than everybody underneath you. You can run the cushion way better. It seems like your car was handling better up there.
Yeah, definitely. Nick and Eric started the whole top side just messing around for a couple of weeks ago, and then when y'all started prepping the top, man, it just come alive, and just here to have fun, man. Just loving it.
Zach Stroop, a third-place finish here tonight for the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series.
Well, as celebratory, all the wives are down there slamming beers, as Larson's wife does.
Yeah, this is DNQ right there. Who's Miss Colorado?
Well, there they are, shotgun and beards. Let's take a look at our points now.
She needs a private
with
tour
the drop races. Let's take a look at the points with the drop races in it. Ronnie Carroll, a stout 74-point lead. And here's the rest of the guys here. And Mike Reimer, LOL. John Jarrell, yeah, right. Corey Ingelston, no way. Kyle Brown, better luck next year. That is the ARCA Series points as we look at them right now. Whatever, Carroll's, if you don't mess up.
Points in DNQ.
Winston Cup points.
Oh,
it's the old Winston Cup. Here's Dash Series. These are actually pretty close when you drop the worst finish. Welsh is in the lead. He didn't even run the race tonight.
Bad Kitty's
Melton,
still in control.
Yeah, he is. Joey Gase could come back. I mean, I still think he got a lot of double points races. And then we get in the LOL. I don't think so. Ashley Ellison only does not have 3. He's not back 310. He's back way more than that. I screwed that up. So there you go. Those are the points for that series. Great. All right. DNQ Carroll and Tractor Trailer Repair Busch Series points. Daniel Armstrong is the points leader. He's run so well. But we got a couple contenders there as well. There's some big names in there, Jay-Z.
There is, and we talked about the pistol a lot tonight. He's 147 back. He's constantly, around the top 5. But he's got to knock out a couple wins if he wants to catch a big old Daniel Armstrong and John Olivero at the front. And Robert Showalter, he's had a lot of good runs here, but good isn't going to cut it. He's got to be great and get a couple W's here if he wants a championship.
Filthy Mechanic Clothing Pro Cup Series. I did not change the graphic on the top of there. Whatever. I'll owe you $5 too tall. Robert Showalter leading points, but after a race like that tonight, Bill, you got to wonder, is he going to have anything for Zarowski or the Bad Kitty? Or as time goes on, when you have a bad run like that, it really makes you question it.
These points are so tight, Bob. I mean, there's less than one race separating the entire top 10. Jonathan maybe can come and crank one out like he's in a fresh stall in the morning and absolutely jump to the top. I mean, Robbie Showalter, Rain Man, he's only got to have one bad run, and he can find himself in 4th and 5th easily.
This series is ultra competitive, isn't it, Jay-Z? I mean, you look at this, like you just said, I mean, this is old Winston Cup points. These guys have a shot at it no matter what, even with 2 double points races left.
It's crazy. Everyone's right on top of each other. Like Bill said, Jonathan Mabe could pull a Jamie McMurray when there's a contract and a big money race in the line and show up and take it all home. You know what I mean? And then you never hear from the guy again. So it's really anyone's race.
It's so true. It's hilarious. All right, here it is. The Ghostface Brewery Cup Series points with the drop races. So this is what we're looking at in the most competitive series as well. And we kind of got the same thing going on. From 8th on down, these guys I don't think are going to last. Mickey Roop's having trouble making races. Steven the Bus Broy does a good job. He's had an off night. But Eric Riggins started to run some of these races. There's some guys coming out of the woodwork that I think are going to start kicking these guys out of the top 10 in points. But I mean, you got LJ McCleary, great racer, yet to win one of these races this year. Ronnie Shirk has won a race. Ryan Richmond does a very good job. I mean, there's so much talent in that top 10 right now.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we got Mike Rout, one of our past pole sitters. He's only 134 back, but he's still fast. He gets a couple more of these shows in, shows a couple more good finishes, and he could be a threat for the front too. But after Stroop's performance tonight, it's hard to imagine anyone's going to be able to beat him.
You got the Iron Station Sensation, followed by the Bad Kitty, followed by Asbury's, followed by the Gray-Haired Greyhound. I mean, this is tight. The nicknames are great. I mean, if you're not here for the beer, you might as well show up for the race.
Double points at the intercourse, double points at the fair. A bunch of more races to go. This is still anybody's championship. I'm excited to see how this plays out. Well, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining us once again for another DNQ video, and really appreciate you coming on here and having some fun.
No problem, Bob. Glad to be here. Looking forward to the next race.
Yeah, hopefully I can manage the Jack and Coke family of drivers next time.
Yeah, we'll try to get a fantasy racing league going. Get some side bets going on for you guys at home.
Side action. All these degenerates in this series, they'll love it.
Bill Chester will run that right in the ground. All right, well, I want to thank everybody for watching the videos. We'll see you guys at our next race.